Hi, good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning. This is a quick one. Good morning. How you guys doing? Hope you're safe and hope your family is safe. Can you guys hear me though? Good morning. I'm not seeing any comment. I'm not sure if it's just me. Good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Ah, welcome, good morning. As you're joining, please let me just click the share button and let's just invite our friends. Give me 1 second. Good morning, welcome. Thanks for joining. Let's see how this looks. Okay. I think we're going to have a good view like that. I just want a good ray of light. All right. Good morning. Thanks for joining. How are you guys doing? Hope you guys are being safe. So let me see. Okay, this is going to be a quick one. I was just about to set out when I saw the new developments and I felt like, ah, okay, there are a couple of things that, for precedent's sake, we need to address. We, that's why I'm here, to address some salient things that are important so that we can ask ourselves, ah, we can begin to ask ourselves, we can put in record, how did we get here in the first place? So as I was waking up, say my prayer, I was just doing my morning ritual, going to the bathroom and all of that. So I saw that somebody tagged me in Alhaji Oriyomi Hamzat live show, which was very, short and brief and very precise. So I curiously click and I watch his video this morning, and please, can you please do me a favor before we continue? Help me click the share button. Hey, Joe, you will be proud you did. You will be happy you did, I promise you. Ẹ bá mi bo kó lọ fà. Ẹ Joe. This is the reason why sometimes it can be discouraging. It's free show. Do you know that those of us that are coming here to talk, we have family too. Some of you, the only reason why you're not talking is because you're afraid to talk. Shame me lie time. I'm talking. You think that me, I don't like my life. So, but at least the support you can give is the little you can do. Is to just at least share. About me share. Like I said, I don't intend to dwell on it so much today. So I saw Alhaji Oriyomi Hamzat's video. And I was like, okay. The summary of the video is that he said he's not interested in this matter again and is backing off. After one interview he did with Baba Mohbad, one interview that he did with Baba Mohbad. I don't know what he has been going through or what his experience is after that interview. But he said he's backing up. Oh. Àmbàsọ èdègbà káfíńyàn jẹ́lẹ̀ mọ́mù kó tún wá dùn séríkì o. Àmbàsọ èdègbà. This video is directed to Alhaji Oriyomi Hamzat. I'm dedicating this live show to Alhaji Oriyomi Hamzat. And I will be talking to him directly. Thank you. So last week they had the interview. Because I don't want to spend it. He had the interview. Was it last week or earlier this week or over the weekend? Not the interview again. We saw it. Maybe no. Mo try láti share our platform with you. Just give me 1 minute. Okay, so they had the interview, and to be honest, it was being diplomatic. And let me start by going directly to Alhaji Oriyomi Hamzat. Good afternoon, sir. How is the family? Alhaji, I like how you started your statement today by taking us back to who you are as a renowned journalist, and you came from the professional experience, the professional background. Odabel. And I give you credit for that. And I salute the senior learned colleagues. I'm a trained journalist too. I studied communication, went from there to NUG, Nigerian Institute of Journalism, to study journalism. So I salute you, sir. I respect the fact that in the middle of all this chaos, your mind is redirected into how it should be and the professional side of it. But, sir, if there's anything I want to credit you for, I want to credit you for the diplomacy, the high level of diplomacy that you adopted in your video this morning. I saw the O's. I saw how you are being diplomatic. Clearly you are pissed off, but I saw how you are adopting your words You are adopting your words, all the diplomacy that you're using. Honestly, I respect it. I respect that diplomacy. But you see, in the quest for diplomacy, Emma Jeka Keronponwo, let us ask one question. Your reason for backing up on this case, this quest for justice for Mohbad, was that it has turned to yam pepper scatter scatter. For those of you who did not know the background story, why is Alhaji backing off? It's not because of any other person. It's because of the brouhaha that happened yesterday that came to limelight between Baba Mohbad and African TV. Personally, I do not know African TV. Up till now, I'm still searching for the page and I've not been able to find it. Maybe somebody can tag it in this comment section. I don't know African TV. I've never been to the platform. I don't think I've ever seen. I don't even know what the person look like. But yesterday on Iyekudi's show, I think somebody said Iyekudi had some information and he was talking about, this man has been this, has been that. He called African TV. The only thing you will remember about African TV was when this Mohbad died. African TV was one of the first people that alleged Wunmi of giving birth to a bastard for Mohbad. He was one who challenged Wunmi to a DNA test. And he said he's going to pay for it. Do you remember? That's the only thing we know. That's the only thing we know about sorry, it might be no. This guy, òun ló sọ pé ọmọ yẹn òun ló kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ òun àti very stupid guy or very dark or very devilish guy. Àwọn náà kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ gangan the narrative of pé ọmọ àlè lọmọ Wunmi was started by this African TV. It was one who challenged her to DNA and very dark guy. That's the only way you will know. That's the only way you will remember him. That's the first time I ever heard of African TV. As a blogger, I've never heard of that blog before, whether in dream or in real life. But surprisingly, this man, suspect them. I have said this before. Once you see people who are taking your matter more than you, it's not a favor. You want to drill you. This man say, okay, everybody is shouting justice for Mohbad. This man say he flew down from Netherlands and people don't know what. I will be saying some things that you people might not like today, but you don't have to like it. I have gotten to a point in my life where I don't do things because it is popular. I do things because it is right. It doesn't have to be correct. It doesn't have to be popular. It doesn't have to... It is what it is. African TV came to Nigeria during Mohbad and went to Baba Mohbad and posed himself as the official spokesperson before Kawan Senwitoku to bear his name make over here. So bottom line, the whole narrative has been going on. When the thing turned young people scatter. So what happened? Let me give you a narrow down what led Mr. Oriyomi Hamzat come out with that video and he said officially backing out of this matter was that yesterday He came to our knowledge via a goodies platform. This man called on the show and he was saying some very important things. So what happened is, ìjà ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ láàrin onídùúró Baba Mohbad àti Baba Mohbad. The man is claiming that Baba Mohbad is breaching the contract. Baba Mohbad is saying wọ́n fẹ́ rape òun, so ó ti dàbí ìjà Portable àti kò gbagídí báyìí. So what happened was, we did not know. We are here shouting. Àwa kàn pariwo pé ẹ má di ẹrù tí òun ṣe tọmọ ọlọ́mọ lé lórí. That's all. That's all. I have not taken a side. Anybody who have been following knows that I have never accused Baba Mohbad of anything until a couple of days. My accusation for him right now, I have a ground for it. Nobody was looking at this direction. And so, Alhaji Oriyomi Hamzat, is because of you I'm doing this video. I will take you back. Because we have to answer that question. How did we get here? It's unfortunate. I felt your pain when you were talking this morning. I said, you didn't pain this man. I felt it. And for somebody who has kept a reputation that has not been soiled all along, so waiting one saw your reputation and one year matter will not concern you. I felt your pain. I felt your pain. And I understand the angle you are coming from. And I love the diplomacy that you use to address it. So, apparently, Boda African TV, bó ṣe wá, níbi táwa ti ń pariwo, tá à ń ṣe justice for Mohbad, táwọn bàbá oníbàbá kan dùn mí láàrin títì tó ń gbé placard, táwọn èèyàn ń ṣe march, tó ń shut down títì, níbi táwọn èèyàn ti ń lọ sí court, tó ń tó. Oh God. Gbogbo àwọn tó ń tó àwọn Ìyábọ̀ Òjó tó ń ṣe ń bú wọn tó, wọ́n ń lọ court, wọ́n get a report today. Are the one who make sure that this case is in court right now. Not one day did Baba Mohbad or any member of Mohbad's family have any initiative to go to court. Ṣé bàbá tí ò fi ìgbẹ́yìn ọkàn ló pa, ṣé òun ló fẹ́ lọ court? They are in court today, having a hearing, because Ìyábọ̀ Òjó and Tonto Dike stood their ground and they took an initiative to do the right thing, not just talking on social media. So while everybody is doing what they could do, while people are speaking up and crying for justice, African TV, in conjunction with Baba Mohbad, this one says speak English. Show me the bunny about. Now, while everybody was doing all of this, it happens that African TV has went to Baba Mohbad with a proposition. Today, at this point, I want you to laugh. If you are still angry with this man and this whole matter, you are wasting the fiber in your body. Just laugh. Does everything not sound like comedy to you? African TV has went to make a proposition to Baba Mohbad. I like him, he have foresight to say that, so they develop a contract for Baba Mohbad to sign off, that he will going to do everything and raise funds in Mohbad's name. They will use Mohbad's name to be raising money. And then they want to build a monument. According to him, specifically, they want to build museum, Mohbad Museum. There is no Michael Jackson museum. With all respect for Mohbad and his work, who the hell is Mohbad? Mohbad that nobody even know. Most of you people are just hearing me. I know him before he died. I'm not going to lie. I love his music. I've been following him before he died. But trust me, so many people don't know him. This man, Baba Mohbad, he exploited the ignorance and the greed of Baba Mohbad and proposed to him with legal consent, with the went through legal procedure to sign certain contracts. Their plan was that they will build a museum in Ikorodu Michael Jackson, they don't have Michael Jackson Museum. Thank you, Duro Jaya Bimbola. I said it. I said this man is not functioning from his own head. He's not functioning from it. His action shows, babe. I won't come funny one kind liver. Say na like this we could do. What that you believe, babe? Bó ṣe ń rí wọn bí èèyàn tó ní fọ̀n tó lè kánná. Ẹ mọ̀ pé ẹ̀yìn ara Nàìjíríà abroad èèyàn kan bá dìtà abroad wa ó máa ń dàbí èèyàn lójú yín. Ẹ mọ̀ ya sí wọn tó ti travel out. Ẹ mọ̀ ya ṣe èrè tó wà lábroad. Fela does not have a museum aside from the one that he built for himself before he died, in shrine. There is no Michael Jackson museum. Monument for Mohbad. To go and see what? Ṣé àrùn Google tó ń là mọ́ lórí ni àbí omi tó fún un ní NDA mo máa lọ wò ní museum? Like, oh God. I'm going to hit it on the head. Let's be realistic here. So, African TV plan to open a museum, and this is the part that is funny. And they said, Baba Mohbad, OTD superstar. So, they plan to be taking him to different conferences and events, and being somebody who is son has witnessed, has experienced bullying and abuse, he will become facilitator, he will be motivational speaker talking about bullying all over the world. I wish I'm not laughing. I really wish I'm not laughing. Those were the things that they sold to Baba Mohbad. Oriyomi, Mumbo Abayin. Because there was everything in your video today, I love it. The only one that I don't like is the statement that Baba, because it's giving and it's not coherent, he doesn't know what he signed. Who? Yes, sir. That's not correct. He knows for a fact what he signed. They sold to him what he loved to see and hear. So he was too juicy for him that he did not notice the details. He penned down his signature. The man played with African TV, Banla Odaroni. He knew what to sell to him. He saw his greed and he fed his greed. So he bought into it. The offer was too juicy. And it's not just about money. The quest for fame, that guy saw it in him. If there's anything I will give it to African TV is that only foresight. Foresight, that bruloni, but only foresight. He fed into his greed. And he gave him an offer that was too juicy for him to ignore. So he signed into it. Please, I'm sorry if my laughing is offensive. I can't help but laugh about this. This is laughable. This is laughable. This is laughable. This is very laughable. So they want to build a museum and then they are branding Baba Mohbad to become a speaker, or sorry, a facilitator or a motivational speaker, going from places to speak against bullying. Baba Mohbad so boimbo. The only English that you are speaking correctly that I know is hello, brethren. Who? Oh God. Hello, brethren. So they told him that he's going to be going around and be talking. That is why, you remember the last video with another Mumu again, GHTV, who can surround that guy, but I will So again, at this point, I'm not angry with him again. I've forgiven him since yesterday. The only thing I can say is that may God take away greed in his life and help his ignorance. Ignorance. Kì í ṣe ìdíjọ́sí o, ignorance. Àwọn èèyàn wà tí ò kàwé tó gbọ́n o. Àwọn èèyàn wà tí ò kàwé tó gbọ́n o. Ignorance. But you see, the Bible says that because they have not acknowledged him as God and they have failed to do his will, he said God has committed them to a reprobate mind to do things that are hard. Ó ní Olúwa fi wọ́n sílẹ̀ sínú iyè ríra láti máa ṣe nǹkan tó le. Nítorí pé wọn ò mọ̀ ní Ọlọ́run, wọn kò sì fi sọ́kàn láti ṣe ìfẹ́ rẹ̀. Olúwa fi wọ́n sílẹ̀ sínú iyè ríra láti máa ṣe nǹkan tó le. Once you want to outsmart God, you will start doing mumu things. Why are some of us turning 100% against this man? We will get there. Remember I said in my last video, everything Baba Mohbad is using greed to pursue, fighting for today, if he had waited, there are things that will have come to him naturally. Even if he doesn't get it or somebody want to stand in his way, people will rise up. Baba Mohbad doesn't even need Mohbad's money to be okay. The way Nigerians are, Nigerians are crazy, Nigerians are evil-minded. But if there's anything I can tell you for free, Nigerians have a charitable heart. There is no way that people will not rise up and help him. Come out for any one nigga, I know what do one no account Mohbad. Come out back come there. On she man help. But misprioritization. This boy died less than 48 hours. You started a war. This is the problem. So it's not. So anything he's saying is not the problem. It's the timing. It's the motive behind it. That is the problem. Let's get back to this joke. Because this joke is the most ridiculous thing ever. Do you need me to play it so that it won't be my words? So we can go play it African TV, you know. How many of you have seen it? I posted it yesterday, so you can go back to the wall and watch it. It's a video of Yekudi. I cut the most important place there and I've pasted it. So they said they are going to be taking him everywhere. That is why you will see in his last video, Toshepelu did the record on GHTV, that's Ghana. No, I don't believe that's not true. Oladele Williams, there's no way. Did you hear he's been charging for those interviews? There's no way he can't charge. You know he's been under management. Some of artists, you know, to under African TV record label. There's no way. That's why him that celeb mind. That's why you see in the last video he did with that GHTV, he was saying, like Barrel to everything about it. That about me so far when you're in Ghana, my daughter, I was like, Baba didn't plan to do it cool bad. My daughter, my you're doing one in Ghana. In his mind, what he fantasize. You are planning tour. So it is African TV that sold this rubbish to you. But you see, let me tell you something. I will never blame African TV. I will not sit down here and cuss that man out. I will not blame him. Let me tell you something about temptation. My grandmother says something to me. She always say it every time. She said, you can only be tempted by what you are attracted to. That is why success in itself is a distraction. Because everybody wants to succeed, we begin to chase success. And then it distracts us from the reality of life. You can only be tempted by what you are attracted to. So I will not blame African TV. I will not blame him. Clearly, he's a businessman. And he's doing business. He has a foresight, and he saw a vulnerable man that is being driven by greed, and he exploited his vulnerability. That's the same thing white people, the British did to us in Nigeria. That's the same thing we are doing to ourselves tomorrow. In fact, that is the element of business. Look for a problem, take advantage of it. Bam, bam. So, Uncle Oriyomi Hamzat, we are answering the question slowly. How did we get here? I see your pain. I see all the, how it's too messy. They are just going everywhere. What is wrong? And when you're there, báwo la ṣe débi báyìí? How did we get here? So they sold all this idea. Plus the royalty, we will get the lawyer, we will get all the royalty of Mohbad, we will get everything. So the whole legacy of Mohbad, everything he ever worked for, and all the new plans that African TV was putting, they put it together in a contract for Baba to sign. And the contract states that it will be 75-25. I thought the man is the one taking 25% until when I heard it with my own ears. That it is that 25% of all of these things will be going to Baba Mohbad, 75 will be going to African TV. And Baba Mohbad signed it. So the fight to get Mohbad's royalty, yes, really to them. They are the one that will fight for it. In no fairness, we no magba lawyer, we no matter. So we no longer cement at the block, no become museum. We no dey am arrange the show. That Mohbad is mama speak. We no mag big tour. Baba lọ tour. Man lọ China, Afghanistan. So they prepare a contract 75-25. 25% will be going to Baba Mohbad and the entire family of Mohbad. 75% of it will be going to African TV because they are the pioneer and the visionary of the idea, and they are the one investing. So bottom line is that you want to invest in Baba Mohbad's greed, and whatever they make out of it, he will take 75%, and Baba Mohbad will take 25%. So Uncle Oriyomi. So that was what happened. That leaks out yesterday, and the team broke up in the media, and I guess so. The interview that Baba Oriyomi Hamzat did last weekend, according to him now, he brought Baba Mohbad in. There's still an argument about who called who, because on that show, African TV said Oriyomi was the one who called Baba Mohbad. Mohbad too has claimed that Oriyomi looked pe àwọn. But Oriyomi said it was him who came to him and requested his platform to be heard. But that's not the case at this point. He went there and they had an interview, which some of us had certain reservations, and I expressed my reservations straight. Because clearly, Uncle Oriyomi was not wrong. The problem is that Baba Mohbad, knowing what he has signed, his mind began to open and realize that he has done a wrong thing. He knows that when this thing comes to limelight, it will boomerang. He wanted to corner African TV and use supposedly a bigger platform to plead his cause. He ran to Oriyomi Hamzat. They want to use Alhaji Oriyomi Hamzat. They want to use him. They want to play that mind game and use him so that he can abate and sideline African TV, knowing fully well the kind of rubbish contract they have signed there. So what happened was that when he had the interview with Alhaji Oriyomi Hamzat, based on the contract, one of the terms of the contract says that he will not grant any interview to anybody without the consent of the management, without the consent of the record label. Baba ti wà record label. Hey, we can't so láti jọjọ pé kí ni ká bá lè sign Baba. Àṣé Baba ti sign ara ẹ̀. Baba ti sign ara ẹ̀ sí African TV music, àbí African TV. Ah, my God. My God, my God. So it is part of the terms of the contract that he will remain and he cannot grant interview to any media house without the consent of African TV. So him going to Alhaji Oriyomi in itself was a breach of contracts. So according to Alhaji Oriyomi, what he said this morning, he said after Baba Mohbad granted the interview, they sent Baba Mohbad a notice, and the notice was that they threatened to sue him for breach of contracts. Baba Mohbad ti ń fò kiri jò ń fò gbogbo tó yẹ kí African TV tó invest sínú ẹ̀ kó ti pawó. The guy said he has been sending, they want to know now. Pé Baba Mohbad ààrẹ ò balẹ̀ o, kí ló lọ ṣe ní orí Agidigbo TV without my consent. So they sent him a notice of a lawsuit. So I think he sent it to Alhaji Oriyomi. And Alhaji Oriyomi, he did not know all of this. He was operating with an innocent mind. He was like, what kind of rubbish is it? Why will anybody monopolize you and say they cannot talk to you? Until yesterday, when he now realized that it was a legal contract. My Alhaji, my senior colleague, the only part that you're doing in your diplomacy, like I said, I understand, it's diplomacy. You don't want to cross anybody's path. You are trying to be civil in your statements. But sir, I will not take that from you to say, why will anybody hold him, monopolize him? We are supposed to go cut across in him. Let us fight the cause. If we are fighting for justice, I get what you are saying. If it is a quest for justice for Mohbad, it was supposed to be an unanimous effort, all of us coming together. I get that, but sir, that cannot work here. There was a contract. Did he breach contracts? Yes, he did breach contracts. Why did Baba Mohbad not tell you, sir, Alhaji Oriyomi, that he has entered a contract? How come he has granted 7 interviews and none of this interview he has ever mentioned that he's working with the management? Why has he not said it in any of his interviews that he has signed a contract with the management? I know you don't want to blame him, but in your heart of heart, you know that that's wrong. So even if that man sent him a message to say they want to sue him, it is in their place to do so. He was not at gunpoint. He was not under duress. Please, sir, don't come with that idea of the man, when you ask him, he was incoherent. He doesn't even know what he signed. Baba Mohbad might be an illiterate. He's not stupid. He's not stupid. When greed has eaten somebody up, they make poor choices. That's what we are saying. He's not stupid. Let us go by the issue of Baba Mohbad. That's what he has always done. Every time, what has he done that he has taken responsibility for his action? No. Want to do this? Say, me. Don't do that, man. I'm not a child. Baba don't think bouncer Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn fún. Bouncer Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn educate. They are on uneven proportion. You know, we'll go good. The do lay Baba Leshwa. Àmọ̀tẹ́kùn bouncer. This is so funny. I wish I'm not laughing. So they played Alhaji Oriyomi Hamzat into that thing. Like they literally played him into it. From that first interview, I knew that this man does not really know what he's doing. He doesn't know what he's trying to get into. That's why I said, I made an update. I said, I hope you don't soil your reputation with this case. I just hope. Because you see, one thing about Mohbad is good at is to play mind game, play on people's emotions. I said, I hope. I've been worried for you, sir. Alhaji Oriyomi. I've been very worried for you. Now, so that was what happened. Now, him finding out that there was a contract yesterday, Lori show Alhaji Yekudi, is now what bothers him. Like, how can you have a contract? Was it a coincidence that you did not mention it? So already, why did you not lójú Alhaji? Alhaji ṣe sọ pé níyìn ni ẹbí ní sẹ́ẹ̀rì wà rẹ̀ ibi tẹ̀ràn wà lọ́wọ́ dé ká máa jó káyọ̀. Bàbá Alhaji bá gbẹ́bí ní sẹ́ẹ̀rì sókè pé níyìn ni Olúwa ràn mí lọ́wọ́ dé. Alhaji tó ní see my pen, I quit. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. That's your decision. I'm going to respect it. That's what you choose to do. Hey, he's good. He's good. And that boy too. 75% to 25% contract. So, this is the point where I want to address Alhaji Oriyomi. Alhaji Oriyomi Hamzat. Salaam alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ìkẹ́ Ọlọ́run àti ìgẹ́ Ọlọ́run àti àjẹjẹ tán rí ẹ̀ kó máa bá yín, kó máa bá Gidigbo TV, kó máa bá gbogbo àwọn tẹ́ ẹ jọ ń ṣiṣẹ́ o. It is with great joy that people who had believed in you over the years, there's a sense of relief that came to everyone when they saw that you are stepping into this matter. And nobody had a problem with it. But some of us, because I saw that you even reversed to me in your statements, that somebody challenged you. Yes, my name is Victor King. I challenge you then to bring Mama Mohbad onto a platform and interview her and see. Not because I have a problem with you. I just want you to see whether Facebook will not tear, whether social media will not catch fire. Because we know the root of it. And I saw that you did not know the root of it. From your words, from your questions, it was obvious that you did not know the tone from this. We knew that they were playing you into this. We knew that you are being played into it. And that's why I challenge you. Not because I have a problem with you, not because I want to be confrontational. I challenge you because I want you to be opened up so that you can see before you go too far, before they route you into something that will soil your reputation that you have built over the years. Thank God some people like us spoke up and showed that challenge, because that was the reason. For some reason, I just made the post. It was in essence somebody was saying, I'm seeing your picture everywhere. Bloggers are posting it and they said somebody challenged Oriyomi Hamzat. Yes, I did. Because I know that you are being used. And it will not speak well for you or your reputation. Because they are giving you half-baked information. And I saw that probably you were not in the loop of this story in the first place. I saw your agitations and I saw how you were displeased, and I saw how you really express your utmost disgust to how this matter, the quest for the death of a 27-year-old boy that's supposed to bring some level of reference, some level of humanity into the conscience and the subconsciousness of people, and that everybody's clamoring for justice should have been in their sane right mind and be speaking with one voice to get justice for this boy. But it becomes disheartening. It becomes infuriating to see that I saw how you were being infuriated, to see that they have turned it and twist and turn it to become such a messy case. Yes, it is messy. But Alhaji Oriyomi Hamzat, I want to ask you a question. And this is the question I want you to ask your subconscious. How did we get here, though? And I will paraphrase for you in less than 120 seconds. Mohbad died mysteriously. Today, as we speak, nobody can say emphatically the events that led to his death, what killed him. I personally refuse to believe that it's because he had the two fighting with his friend that killed him. I refuse to believe that. So, but the bottom line, this boy is dead. And then after his death, while we were still saying it is true, it is not true, kilo shele, just for us to have an idea of what is going on, questions are being asked. While we were still not even getting sure, did he die, did he not die? We saw that the funeral of this boy has been initiated. His loved one is where we shall begin to ask a question. What is going on? Why the hurry? Even a dog is not buried in a hurry as such. Not only that he was buried in a hurry, he was buried with so much dishonor, with so much, it was belittled. And right at the tomb where he was being buried, the stepmother have the effrontery, the temerity to stand right by the grave and said some demeaning statements about the corpse, the death of this boy. This is where we started from. Our claim was that there are better places to bury him, there are better ways to bury him. But they choose to bury him in the bush, in a nowhere, and buried him with so much disregard and disrepute because they want the world to see where he has pushed himself to, apparently, where his wife has pushed him to, that a man that only listens to his wife, and this is what happens to them. That was the statement of the stepmother. Alhaji, I want you to follow, because I know they will still send it to you. But me give it by what important, I'm addressing you directly. And then 12 hours after that, they put this boy in the ground mysteriously. Mohbad is a Christian. I want you to know that he's not a Muslim. Or he was a Christian. Yes, in your words, I will agree with you that they did not assert him with any church or mosque. So we can consider him a pagan or somebody that you would consider a free-minded person. But he's from a Christian home. But he was buried in a hurry even more than the Muslims. And after this funeral took place, in less than 12 hours, the father of the late Mohbad did his first video. Alhaji, he had his first video, and this was it.
Oh no, the phone is with his wife. No, okay. They said the phone is with his wife. I just pay you call a post, can you post link in here? Hello, Instagram. Instagram mobile. The post, see, the phone is with Mohbad's wife, not with his family, not with Cedric. It's with Mohbad's wife. Why? Please. I don't know. Please, we need you. We need help. We need help. We need you people. Let's go to Instagram. Let's do that note. Let Instagram. Let everybody know what's going on. The phone is with Mohbad's wife.
The first agitation was who is holding Mohbad's phone and who is not holding Mohbad's phone. That was the first agitation. Alhaji Oriyomi, I want to ask you, if somebody who has a wife, who has a child, a grown-up man, full-grown man who has a full functional family, dies, who is his next of kin? I'm taking you back. Nobody hates this man. This man, by himself, with his own hand, generated anybody who still have a conscience, who understand what humanity is, will never support this man. This was the first video. Who is the next of kin of a man that has a wife and children? This was what we see. This is a long, lengthy video, but I would not bore you with all of it. Let me take it back to some important places.
Please go to Instagram. Tag Mohbad. Tag. See.
Did you hear that?
They really need your help. His father really need your help. Please share this live. Share this live. Let me show you everywhere. I'll show you all the house now. Can you see? Share this live. Let them know. This getting too much. This getting too much. This getting too much. This not good. This unfair. This unfair. This unfair. Please, I'm begging you. Please, I want you to go to Instagram. I want you to tag Tunde Note, Instablog, Lover Blog, every one of them. No. Tag everyone. Let them know what's going on. I want you to, as in the phone. I want the phone to get back to his father in the next 3 days. Please. Because
Phone. Like phone. As in green handsets was the first problem. Somebody that just lost his only successful son. Not son self, his only successful child. This video was done the day after Mohbad was buried. The day after Mohbad was buried. Alhaji, this video was done. Where he gets those low-minded miscreants that were triggering him, I don't know. I don't know where he gets those people from, but you can hear them. Without seeing their faces, you can tell 2 things. 1, these are stark illiterates. Number 2, these are shallow-minded people. Shallow-minded people. Yes, it was not even the next day, it was the same day. Ajoki, how you doing? It was the same day. The same day. They finished burying him in the bush and people went to his house. I want you to note something again, Alhaji, that in this video, while they were arguing phone, Baba said, for what? That statement, is it to credit Mohbad or is this to embarrass Mohbad? That is why I challenge everybody who is saying they are Baba Mohbad blogger or anyone at all who has been saying he's his child now. You can't love Mohbad more than the way the father will love him. You can't love Mohbad more than the way the father will love him. I want to ask you a question. What's your definition of love? Yorùbá ní ká ṣubú, ká wẹni tí ó sunkún ẹni, ká rìn ká tẹsẹ̀ gẹ̀rẹ̀, ká wẹni tí ó ṣe pẹ̀lẹ́. What people do to you when they see your face is inconsequential to what people do in your absence. How people really value you or what you mean to people is revealed when you are not there. Everybody know how to say, èèyàn mi, sister mi, tó bá kú ń bẹ̀ tán, kí ná sọ ń pa ẹ̀. At the demise of Ìmọ́lẹ̀ Ìléríolúwa Alọ́ba, while he was being laid down 6 feet into the ground, the stepmother, first of all, made a very serious allegation at the tomb. And on that same day, the father made this video. And in the video, they were arguing phone, first of all. And the next thing was, we know the meaning of that statement. So I am asking you a question. Is he saying this as a repute, as good repute to his son, or is saying this to devalue and name tag his son? So when you say you love his son, what is your definition of love? How do you explain that? This boy is no more. We all know him with, hey, he's a good guy, he's a quiet guy, he's a gentle guy. You begin to introduce Mohbad to us as an irresponsible boy. That is what you did. The father. Bí ọmọ tí ò tọ́jú ilé tí ò tọ́jú òbí ẹ̀. Ọmọ tí ò tọ́jú ilé tí ò tọ́jú, because that's what you are saying. That where you are living is not good enough. Say, kò ṣe nǹkan fún mi o. And one nuisance says, ìyá ìyàwó wà ní London. First of all, she's not in London, she was in the US. I don't know if she's still there or she's back. The question is this. Ṣé Mohbad ló fi lọ sí America ni? Ṣé ìyá Wùnmí ṣé kò níṣẹ́ ni? Ṣé ìyá Wùnmí àti bàbá Mohbad ṣé the same thing ni wọ́n? No, now. Ṣé the same thing ni wọ́n? Their level of exposure, their level of education. Yeah, Wùnmí's mother have a job. But you see, that explains the mind of the people. That explains the mind. That explains the mindsets of the people that this man has consciously surrounded himself with. Somebody is calling. Please hold on. Because I want to finish this. Alhaji, ẹ̀yin mo ṣì ń bá sọ̀rọ̀.
See each other. You can see what's going on. Please, someone should tag him. Please. Let's go.
Alhaji, this was the first impression. This was the first impression. Many things is wrong with this video you just see. If you did not see anything in that video, you should see an effort to begin to solicit funds. Did you hear? I need the help. I need the help. The day he was buried. The day he was buried, fundraising started in full gear. People who did not know Mohbad were on the streets. People who did not know Mohbad were on the streets. I am sorry, sir, that you feel so uncomfortable that this story has become messy and that you are backing off. But I want you to ask a questions. How did we get here? Now, after this incident, events that begins to roll, this same African TV came up and demanded DNA test. It is now that we know the African TV has been Baba Mohbad's mouthpiece. You know, we're all abusing him there. We didn't know that they have signed contracts. And he's the spokesperson. He has signed Baba Mohbad into the record label that they were supposed to be taking him all over the world as a I can't get over that part. As a conference speaker. They were fighting for phone. Tardiness of king. And then there will be Timon. After this video, there was another video immediately the next day about Mohbad's. He was showing the car, the truck. He was want to run from me. I'm away in secondary school, in primary school. You want money? Ó fún mi kò tó olè. Kò fún mi rárá àwọn ni. Kò fún mi rárá làwọn. Bó ṣe ló fún mi kò tó olè. Baba carpenter. Irú mọ́tò wo ló ní ìdí fúnṣẹ́? Kì í ṣe truck ni. I am asking a question. What does Baba Mohbad do for a living? Somebody will say he's a carpenter. Where is his shop? Or since Mohbad is blue, he doesn't need to work anymore. Okay. And yet you want to compare yourself to Iyawumi. How? They bought him a pickup truck, which I think that's what he needs for his business. Let us ask another question. The house that he's living, who built it? Who built the house? That is not even the problem. The problem is, human bashili okune for crying out loud. Human and the only thing you think you can do to him is go to CEO in this manner because you want to get people's favor. It's funny how people always think that they can solve their life problem on social media. It's funny. Talentiri to the guy on social media tí ó kaba mo last. Wọ́n bá yé ẹ̀jẹ̀ wọn ṣàṣì wẹ́wẹ́. I have said it before. I've said it over and over again. Everything he's using greed to look for is what he could have gotten like this. Yours truly. No struggle. But because he was so in a hurry with greed. Now, Uncle Oriyomi, his family problem that you now say, okay, we are supposed to be fighting for justice. We are talking about, you are using it to fight themselves. Who started it? I want to put it on record that this is the third live video I'll be doing since on top mobile matter since mobile died. This is just the third one. This is the third one. There are people who have been doing like 3 shows in one day since it has happened. This will be the third one. If you go and listen to this first one, I did not say anything about the father. Until the one I did recently, which is the second one, and I said, this man knows the killer. Uncle Oriyomi Hamzat, I am asking you some silly question. Why is Baba Mohbad? You said you interviewed him and what you were interviewing him for was justice for Mohbad. I disagree with that. Because I will ask you a question. Show me any part of your interview that talks about Mohbad and getting justice for him. Show me part of the interview that talks about how he died. What killed him? What have we done? Does it not bother you to see that they are talking about DNA until today? They have not contacted me to say, come on so dates. This is how we are going to do the DNA. Or call law and to say, we want DNA test. But you are empowering your bloggers to be maligning the girl on social media. They are making it look as if they requested for DNA. I see in my comments, people will come there and say, I don't care what you say. We want, why is she refusing DNA? When did she refuse DNA? When? When has she ever said, I'm not doing? We don't care what you say. It's DNA test we want. Who are the we? Who are the we? They brought their family matter on social media. Who brought it? Don't blame any blogger that is even speaking, whether for him or against him. Blame Baba Mohbad. Because, sir, Alhaji, he was the one who brought all this matter online. You will not blame anybody who now took a position or choose to address it in whatever way their brain capacity can handle it. Tógìlì ò bá lanu, aláǹgbá ò kì í wọ̀. Sir, tí ògìlì ò bá lanu, aláǹgbá kò kì í wọ̀. Personally, I don't have a problem with anybody who have been misbehaving or speaking for him and doing all manner of stuff. I'm not angry with them. I might disagree with what they are doing, but I'm not angry with them. If I should be angry with anybody, I'm angry with Baba Mohbad. Alhaji Oriyomi, how can somebody say he's speaking for you? The question is, who is the victim here? Why are they speaking for Baba Mohbad? I decided to say, I will speak for me because I saw that they want to kill her. And that was just last week. This small platform, me, this small boy, more than full pressure to them, but did you see how the narrative changed? Because one already checked one, they were doing that evil so much, nobody checked them. And it is not fair. The same way you want to have empathy for Mohbad, it is somebody that gave birth to Wunmi. At the end of the day, Wunmi, Liam, they are more important than Mohbad. You know why? Mohbad is dead. They are alive. There is no redemption in death. If we get justice from now till next year, let's say they catch everybody that killed him, that no involvement, that has anything to do with him, and they send them to 500 years imprisonment, Mohbad is still dead. Mohbad is still dead. Nothing is going to change that fact. The vacuum he has left will never be filled. So Alhaji, who brought their matter to become Yambebe Scatter? Baba. Some of you say, why did you hate this man so much? Did you want to kill him? Nobody hated him. I have never accused him of anything. I have never, at any point, said anything that somebody said about him. I have been quoting him. His own words. His own goddamn words. His own words. He brought this whole matter online. Started talking about the wife. How can somebody say they are speaking about Mohbad? Why is Baba Mohbad the victim in this matter? It's not the victim. The only victim we have is Mohbad and should remain Mohbad. Why does Baba Mohbad need advocates? Why does he need personal lawyer? Why does he need PA? Baba Mohbad, the son died. The man go and open TikTok account, started posting Mohbad_dad. Ha. This is the questions that some of us were asking. Like, sir, somebody say people grieve differently. No, this your own way of grieving is weird though. I don't have an explanation. I don't at all have an explanation for abnormality. What kind of rubbish is that? Hey, you just let him grieve. You can't tell people how to grieve. Hell, this is your own way of grieving. You get a CBO. Before you know it, Papa dropped first single. I just have one record label. I said I'm talking about you calling only Paul. The video going to drop track it to you. I hear about your record label, African TV. Drop first song, drop second song. They begin to malign this girl. We can tell that this is not the mind of this man. Any sensible person know that this man only want to bring the actions that we're seeing, we know that there was a backing. We just don't know who. We knew that there was a backing. We just don't know who is pushing this man to misbehave like this. Then the concept of, okay, let me tell you another abnormality. Mohbad died. Davido, sharply, that same day, sent 2 million to them. Wow. Everybody applaud Davido. Thank you, God will bless you. Then less than 2-3 weeks, that same Davido is that the one supporting that guy that is attacking Mohbad's wife. Does that not bring you to a question? On whose side is Davido? If you love Mohbad that much, that you can send him money, how come you are still the one facilitating an attack against his wife? I'm up for what he called it. We knew it. So when that guy begins to attack me, we knew that there was an undertone. I never bothered about that guy because I knew that it was a sponsored attack. We knew it was a sponsored attack. You can draw the matrix. That guy, nobody would know his platform. So when he's posting the video, it's been amplified by Tunde Not. Because if he just post and post himself, so many of us will not even see it. We will not even hear what he's saying. So they needed a nominal person that will not look as if is a part of that system. They went to go and get that guy. But that guy don't have a presence. He doesn't have a presence. He doesn't have a voice. So that guy will do the video. Tunde Not will amplify it. How does it make sense? Every day, Tunde Not posts this guy. How much did they pay Tunde? They went to go and look for a nominal person, a nobody. You can see that dirty, stinking bastard. So, the way Tunde posts this guy, we know, say, if he afford you. First, that one sure. So if you are just posting him, we know, say, no, be say you just nice. There must be something. That guy cannot afford Tunde Not. Yet Tunde Not is posting him like 2-3 times every day. Somebody is paying Tunde. It's common sense. It's logic. It's logic. This guy can't afford Tunde Not. Tunde Not is investing energy in posting him like this. Somebody is paying him. We knew it. And it doesn't take long. They were so comfortable because they thought they won the narrative. They brought him. Same very that guy to Lagos. Was feeling himself, and because my job don't jack wire ni o tún wọn síta bí ọmọ ẹjẹ bẹjọ ready so see room where the video collect for me, see hotel, see apartment where collect for me. They dine and wine, and then we trace it to the video. Okay, that explains it. Who did not know that Davido and Amali and Co are in the same court group? Who did not know that? Or people are afraid to say the truth? Davido has never hidden that he's an Aye boy. Neither did Amali has ever hidden it that he's an Aye boy. Connect the dots. They are in the same secret court. Okay. How many of you did not know that Mohbad, the late Mohbad, is an Aye boy? How many of you did not know that? Or you just want to shy from the truth? The first wrong move of Mohbad was that you go to a record label that is owned by Aye boy. That is why when Mohbad died and they were going the narrative of secret courts, the Aye confraternity that is being headed by Abuebe is the number one man now in the Aye confraternity. The first thing they did was to disclaim Samuel Larry. The first thing they did was to disclaim Samuel Larry because there was a rumor that Samuel Larry is Aye boy. So the question is, how can Aye boy, Samuel Larry, now be attacking Mohbad, Aye boy too? It doesn't make sense. That was why they disclaimed Samuel Larry. When I know this thing now, all of them they shy from the truth. So do you Neramadi, Davido, very, very stupid guy? You can see. Nah, you boy squad. I don't have a problem with any one of them. I don't have a problem with any one of them. I have a problem with this father. I'm a grown man. I am a father. I have male children. I have female children. Matter of fact, I have a lot of children. Born by my lions and the ones that God has willed to me. I will never put my interest first over my children. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm a gadget freak. You know why I've not bought an iPhone 15. I'm still using this one. It's because I needed to do winter shopping for my children. Those children trained the hell out of me. When decisions have to be made, what I need and what my children need, the children come first. The children come first. So my disgust started from the place of a father. I know how it feels. Like the first time my son fell from the staircase, I was sitting there and then he just to the staircase. There was one day my children were around. I was the only one with them. So they dropped them off with me. So I was cleaning the house. My daughter is kind of a chill person. She was watching TV. My son has climbed upstairs to my bedroom, climbed my bed. So I was cleaning the kitchen, so I had a lot of trash bag. I went outside to drop the trash. the dumpster. As I dropped the trash, I was coming back inside. I looked through my bedroom window. My son has climbed my bed, opened the window, and you know American house, Nigerian people, you will not understand story. There was no burglary proof on our own window. So she sliding window here, it was just an empty space for him to just jump down. From my bed, he don't climb the window. Like, oh, go window here, go sing a cantole who there. I look up, I saw my son by the window. I don't know whether I should run, whether I should pause. I wanted to say, Melvin. I say, if I shout, because he knows that that's because he knows that he has done something that he can feed it. I was trying to, there was no idea of what to do. I walked towards and I just did like this. Kakakin the man, she didn't go bye. Yeah. Slowly my instinct started saying, Jesus. I could not call his name. I didn't even want him to see me that I'm seeing him. He is seeing me, but me, they put it, notice game wrong. I was like, Jesus. I cannot tell you the feeling. I cannot explain to you the feeling. My stomach was running. My head was spinning. Slowly, I began to walk inside the house. Once I managed to open the front door, enter the house. If you see the speed that I used to climb the staircase to go up to the bedroom, you know, when all these children, then they were still very young. I walk, I look at me enter the room. I say, I have to first laugh. Ṣùgbọ́n tí ọwọ́ mi kàn tọ́lọ́run fún mi ṣe tí mo lè di apá ẹ̀ kan mú. Nínú brain mi wọ́n láì gbégbà tí mo dọ́dọ̀ ẹ̀yẹ gan ló ṣe máa jábọ́. Tí mo drag ẹ̀ wọlé. I dragged him back inside. The way I dragged him, I think I dragged him with some level of force. So he started crying. I don't know whether to tell him sorry. I don't know whether I should slap him like 500 times. But you see, in my head, Ocean begin full blow be 50. But everything in me has been so weak that I cannot even raise my hand. The fear and the tension that I went through, I just lie down in the bed. Even him, Omogo wan gori mi wa tun bu to wa tun shi ojú mi báyìí. Ó wá ń ti orí mi báyìí. As far as it's concerned, kí ló ń ṣe máa don't dramatize báyìí. Kí ló ń ṣe boy? He was wondering what's wrong with me. Omo, the next thing, my stomach just dey rumble. Mo lọ bathroom. Mo lọ bógì mo tún padà. Do you know that whole day, the next day, every time I still remember, my heart to do just the imagination of what could have happened scares my life that I was not myself for 2 days. My son did not die. I wasn't seeing his dead body. And I know the kind of pain that I went through. Just seeing him at the verge of risk that can cost his life. You know that nobody is doing anything for him. It was just, in fact, the body don't even have any sense of risk. Come on, God, don't shame God. I know what I went through. This experience is what I used to calculate in my head. How much more somebody that lost his son, ọmọ tó ti ń ṣe fún díẹ̀, ọmọ kékeré ni mo ti ń sọ yìí o, tí kì í ṣe pé kò tí ì di doctor, kò tí ì di anything o. Go if me wonder, I should know me love any lie, thank you. How much more somebody that say he has labored over his child over the years, and that child has become successful, that boy die, and the only thing that comes to your head is who is holding his phone? Ha! The only thing that comes to your head is this one. Ilé mọ́tò ẹ̀ mo ti ní kó wá gbé wá sí iwájú ilé mi, wọn ò gbọ́. Talking about his car, his phone. The only thing that comes to your head is the wife. How did we even get to the issue of the wife? Now, Sir Alhaji, somebody who we saw video, we don't have anything to say this is the person that killed him, like you said, Alhaji. But we have more than enough evidence that they humiliated this boy. Are you telling me, Sir Baba Mohbad, that the humiliation that Mohbad went through is okay by you? I mean, you've given us an answer. Somebody that happened to his own child, I know they could say he's one for below honey. This is the reason why we have a problem with him, Alhaji. And we still don't have a problem. The problem was that the people that is now flaunting to say they are supporting him, which I don't understand. The question is, why is Baba Mohbad pleading his cause online? Who is fighting with him? Who is arguing with him? Did anybody accuse you of killing your son? Nobody. Why does he need a defender? Because it's crazy how the humiliator is still the one acting as a victim. You are the one that started pointing to me. How did you not know? When you made a video and you said the reason why you hate, that was your word, hate Wunmi, was that I was fucking around. That was, I will be quoting your words. That is why I hate that girl. And everything you said, you will say, you heard. You heard. You heard. You heard. Is that fair? Is that fair? Sir, this is how we get to where we were. We did. That's how they turned this matter to yam pepper scatter scatter. It was this idea of fighting the wrong cause. It was this idea of saying the wrong thing. It was this fact that we could not see empathy from the one that's supposed to be the father. It is this motive of fighting for the wrong things. Fighting who is not fighting you. Using the death of Mohbad, one, to fight who you consider your common enemy. How did this boy die? And all we are hearing is about he bought a land. Everything he did not do for you, everything you think he would have done, he did not do. He bought a land. It was the mother-in-law that helped him buy land. You are a carpenter. How come it's the mother-in-law that is helping him buy land? That was all we were hearing. And people are saying, Ṣé nǹkan tó kàn lélẹ̀? So Alhaji Oriyomi Hamzat, mo rí bọ́rọ̀ yẹn, ó di yọpọ̀ náà ló dẹ̀ bí nínú. Let's ṣe back off. I respect your decision, no. But bá a ṣe débi tá a dé nìyẹn. Mohbad died. We saw people who humiliated him. How did it become an accusation against Wunmi? How? How did we get to Wunmi becoming the suspects? The police did not list him as the police did not list her as suspects. The court has not seen a reason to prosecute her. But Baba Mohbad opening his eyes. Sir Alhaji Oriyomi, how do you explain a father that people who are saying they are supporting you, who have been sending you money and you are collecting, they are doing a show for your surviving son, Adura, what they enrolled to Ìpele lórí, and you think it is okay? What kind of a father does that? Little did we know that Babati was on record label. Little did we know that there were voices behind this. The people who have been sending you money you are collecting, they came out, turned on ring lights, and they on them be Adura Shekwe. Ha! Baba Mohbad, your own guys, it's not hatred. It's just unexplainable, sir. There's no way to phantom this thing. There's no way. So Alhaji, I feel your pain. I feel your pain. So interview 1, interview 2, interview 3 has went. And then the next thing was BBC. Let's not forget that Baba from there went to BBC. Intentionally, he has been hiding certain facts. How did he not tell us that he was Mohbad Lejolo Benera Valley? How did he not tell Alhaji Oriyomi that you are under record label, that you signed a contract? How did you want to say you love his son, that you did not protect his dignity in death? Ewu nǹkan tó ṣe fún mi o, ewu nǹkan tí ò ṣe fún mi o, ewu lọ ra ilẹ̀, ó ṣe kinní kan, ó ra mọ́tò 25 million, mo bá wí pé kó wọlé. Béèyàn ṣe ń kọ́ olówó bó ṣe máa náwó, I don't understand that part. You can guide your children. Yes, it is in the place of parents to provide guidance, but you cannot enforce on them. You can't force their action. You cannot. You cannot force their action. So when I challenge you to bring the mother, I have my reasons. Because this man has been subjecting these people to attack. If you are comfortable seeing how they have been maligning that woman, the same woman that you post to us as if you have left her since, was finding her now that Ajete Endorai. Ajete Forailenu. You make it look as if you guys have parted ways 15 years ago. You didn't tell us that you guys were back. Why? Why did we not hear that part? Why did we not hear the part? And they were ridiculing this woman in the quest for fighting for you. And you could not come outside to say no, she did her part. Ìyá Mohbad ó tutù jù, ó filẹ̀ lọ, àṣẹ ẹjọ́ lọ lé Mohbad ni. Ilé Naira Marley nígbà tẹ́ lọ bẹ̀bẹ̀ ni. Àṣẹ ẹjọ́ lọ lé ìyá Naira Marley náà ní tẹ́ travel. And you could not say it. You could not say it. They were ridiculing this mother. Ọlá ìfàyàlùyàwó àti woman yẹn, àbíẹ́. You betrayed everybody just because of your own greed. Because you want to make it. Not only money he's looking for that fame so bad. Huh? You can see being a country. You got confuma in the liver. I knew something was not right. So Alhaji, Emma Bino, Chegbo, Emma Bino. You back out, that's your decision. We will respect it. We will respect it. But our dad doesn't see the our only time that is a show 100 in a day. But I'm a phone time show our go. 1, our would get 4. Our gear on them. You know that time. We are opinionated. For whom Taluvejet in your way. Alhaji somebody should have told you this terrain here will go. So then, but about to go tomorrow. Get on loud. Gbogbo àwọn tó dẹ̀ ń gbọ́ àwọn blogger àbákínní àmọ́ wọn àdẹ̀mọ́ president wọn ẹ̀yìn lẹ̀ mọ́. That's why tó ṣe ń dùn mí ni mo yọ kí Alhaji wọ́n máa borúkọ yín jẹ́. You know how many calls I've received? What is your business in this mobile case? Kò sí nǹkan tó ti pè mí tán ẹ̀gbọ́n wù mí wèrè kan comment pé ó ṣe update fún mi ó lé alẹ́ wù mí. Gbogbo ẹni mo ń jẹ́ sugar daddy wù mí. Side nigga wù mí. ẹ̀gbọ́n Wunmi, uncle Wunmi. If you see my inbox, why are you so worried about it? What is your concern? Why are you so much interested in me keeping quiet? Why do you want me to be quiet? Shebi, your bloggers are talking. They are attacking her. I did not go there to tell them to keep quiet now. How come it's just this small me that is giving you problem? Emi ò fọ́. The next thing they will do now, you will see, they said one blogger came outside yesterday abusing me. Shebi, ẹni tó bá rí platform, you are not popular. Ẹni tó bá rí platform ẹ̀ ló máa gbọ́ boom boom. The person that even told me, I said, nǹkan tó bá wá débẹ̀ wọ̀ ní problem ẹ̀. Èmi ò gbọ́, nǹkan tó jù òun pọ̀ kan jẹ́. Gbogbo èèyàn tiẹ̀ máa bú mi ayé kan ṣé gé kinní kan. Ẹ wo èèyàn ìwọ tó dàbí egungun orí òkú. Wèrè gan ọmọ mi gbọ́dọ̀ dúró kọ́mú ẹ̀. Kò possible. Wèrè. Tó bá pè mí àti lọ́wọ́dì wèrè báyìí, wèrè ò ní mú ẹ̀. So, wọ́n ṣe ẹ̀dìgá àwọn sínwín. I want you to go and do a research. Go and see everywhere where people are commenting and attacking Wunmi. Open the account. You will see that it's a fake profile. People have invested. Stop talking rubbish. Wunmi should go and do a DNA test. Your guy should go and pay for DNA test. Your Baba Mohbad should call Wunmi and ask him for DNA test. I'm saying rubbish, but you are still on my platform, using your data to listen to rubbish. Can't you see you are unfortunate? Mo fẹ́ kẹ́ gbọ́ kínní tí báyìí sọ.
Nígbà tí wọ́n náà pa Timothy, èèyàn kan ló kọ́kọ́ wá bá mi. He is my friend. He came to me. Ó ní wọ́n pààyàn kan àbúrò nǹkan. Ṣáàbúrò yìí ni ìgbà yẹn ló sọ story báwọn ṣe jọ jẹ́ mo rí pé kò ń ṣàbúrò ẹ̀ monitor. Some family ò bá like reason tàbí pa wọn adébí.
He started by talking about the death of Timothy and the case of Timothy.
Wọ́n wá bí. Àwọn àkọ́kọ́ wá, èmi náà ṣe nǹkan kan. Mo ti ń gbọ́ káàkiri. Gbadé tó jẹ́ ẹ̀gbọ́n Timothy wá bí. Ogun aláfojúrí lọ́jọ́ tó sọ̀rọ̀. Mo dẹ̀ bí léèrè pé, are you ready? Ṣé kájọ máa fà lọ? Mo ní kájọ máa fà lọ. Abẹ̀rẹ̀ afọ̀rọ̀ Timothy lọ.
Ẹ máa gbọ́dọ̀ yìí o.
Láti ọjọ́ tá a ti bọ́rọ̀ Timothy débi tá a bá dé tá a fi ti bàbá yẹn mọ́lé. Èèyàn mélòó ló béèrè pé ọmọ Timothy ń kọ́, ìyá Timothy ń kọ́, bàbá Timothy ń kọ́, ìyàwó Timothy ń kọ́.
Alhaji ẹ dúró. I love that. That's a very valid point. With the way they murdered that boy in Clothesburg. Do you know how long they spent fighting that cause? Over a year and a half, if not 2 years. Alhaji Oriyomi sọ pé báwọn ṣe fa ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn tó èèyàn mélòó ló sọ pé bàbá Timothy ń kọ́, ìyá Timothy ń kọ́, ìyàwó ẹ̀ ń kọ́. You know why? None of the family put themselves in front and turn themselves to celebrity or something over the death of their brother. None of them. The brother of Timothy did not suddenly begin to grant 50 interviews. The father of Timothy did not begin to sign contracts and begin to build museum. Because that has been my question. How did this man becomes the victim? How did that man become the victim? How did he get into the center? Because the major distraction to getting justice for Mohbad is Mohbad. The major distraction in the fight for justice is this man. But what the tacitity now? Even in Maryland, they actually justice for Mohbad the movement now. In Maryland, DB. All of us were all hands fighting the same cause. Baba yo baja gbọ́ràn. Wọ́n bá jẹ́ ká gbọ́ràn. It was just distracting, saying stories that doesn't concern us. Baba Oriyomi sọ pé Nobody was talking about the family because the family did not put themselves as a subject of discussion. No. Alhaji, you see where we are going. Continue.
Advice àkọ́kọ́ tí màá kọ́kọ́ fún ọ tó ń gbọ́ mi lẹ́nu ni pé má jẹ́ kán pa ẹ́.
Má jẹ́ kán pa ẹ́ o. Very good advice o.
Struggle má jẹ́ kán pa ẹ́.
Má jẹ́ kán fi ikú ẹ̀ di. Má jẹ́ kán fi ikú ẹ̀ di celeb.
Ìyẹ̀dú kó kún fún àdúrà má jẹ́ kán pa ẹ́. Má jẹ́ kán pa ẹ́ jayé o. Àwọn èèyàn kan bẹ lórí social media tó yẹ pé ọjọ́ tó o bá ti kú yẹ báyìí ó ti di oúnjẹ fún àwọn àtọmọ wọn.
You are correct.
Bí iṣu ikú ẹ ṣe máa trend tí wọ́n fi máa make owó olókùn tí wọ́n máa ṣe.
You are correct, sir. But tóbi ò bá lanu aláǹgbá ò kì í wọ̀. The reason why they have opened an enterprise on the matter, it is because the father, the first blogger on this matter is Baba Mohbad. What are you talking about? Before anybody started doing show, Baba Mohbad has done video like 2, 3. Continue, Alhaji.
Wọ́n wò mí báyìí, wọ́n gbọ́ mi báyìí, inú ń bí wọn. Ẹ má bínú, mo fọlọ́run bẹ̀ yín.
Wọ́n yà wèrè ni.
Ẹ lè get back sí mi lẹ́yìn ilé. Ẹ lè wá bí tẹ́tì máa get back sí mi, tẹ́tì máa bú mi, tẹ́tì máa sọ̀rọ̀ sí mi. I don't care. But ẹ̀yin fúnra yín mọ̀ pé òótọ́ ni mò ń sọ. Má jẹ́ kán pa ẹ́.
Má jẹ́ kán pa ẹ́ o.
Fi kú èèyàn trend yẹn. Bó náà bá kú àwọn kan ti dúró tí wọ́n fún ọ̀nà trend. Tí wọ́n bá pa ẹ́ tán, táyé bá bínú, tí wọ́n bá sọ̀rọ̀, tí wọ́n bá struggle fúngbà díẹ̀ ni wọ́n drop everything. Wọ́n ti make owó tán fẹ́ make lórí tiẹ̀ nìyẹn. Ẹ tí ó make ẹ̀ lórí Facebook, ẹ tí ó make ẹ̀ lórí TikTok, ẹ tí ó make ẹ̀ lórí YouTube, kálukú ti make owó tó fẹ́ make.
That's right.
Ṣé gbogbo àwa tá à ń jáde fún justice for Mohbad là ń béèrè justice for Mohbad lóòótọ́?
Ooo.
Ṣé kìí ṣe pé àwọn kan wà tá à ń jáde fún justice for Mohbad tell me we want to get back on some people? A fẹ́ get back sáwọn kan.
Ṣé rí àbáṣe ń ju up? Alhaji, you see, I said the diplomacy that this man experimented this morning is on another level. Are they doing because they want to get back at someone? Who want to get back at anybody? Mohbad, who have a problem with Wunmi, clearly. I don't have a problem with Wunmi. The only offensive of Wunmi is that Wunmi is the only person that can be in his way of getting everything that belongs to Mohbad. Because Wunmi being the wife and the custodian of Mohbad's son is the only person who is entitled to it. And only about do property nìyẹn. Ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ọmọ yẹn ò jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Bàbá, ọ̀rọ̀ yín yé wa lọ́gbà wá ń dé ní ìṣòlí bẹ́ẹ̀.
Èmi ò mọ Mohbad rí tó fi jáde láyé. Àárọ̀ kùtùkùtù ọjọ́ yẹn, mo wà lórí bed, mo fẹ́ dìde kí n lọ fúnṣẹ́ òòjọ́ mi. Màá mú fóònù, màá wo ohun tó ṣẹlẹ̀ kí n tó jáde nílé ni mo rí lórí TikTok tí wọ́n ń gbé ewu lélẹ̀. Mo sáré pé àwọn èèyàn ń sọ, àwọn kan sunkún, ta ló ń jẹ́ lè. Mi ò mẹ́ni tó ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀.
Clearly you don't know.
Mo search fóònù ẹ̀. Mo wá rí tó máa gbọ́ pé mo rí pé mo mọ orí ẹ̀ ohun gangan ni mi ò mọ̀. Mohbad fi kú lókìkí. Òkú ajájẹ̀ kọjá ààyè lọ́tán máa ń sọ Mohbad ni. Ó lè make owó ńgbà tó wà láyé. Àwọn tán jọ wà ńlá nǹkan náà lè mọ̀. Èmi ò mọ̀ mi ìrírí mi ìpàdé ẹ̀rí inú ayé. Ó máa ń gbórin ẹ̀. Mo dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé mi ìmọ̀ nǹkan kan pa ẹ̀. Mi ìmọ̀ irú ayé tó ń ṣe. Mi ìmọ̀ ní ìrírí ìmọ̀ nǹkan kan pa. Kí ni mo fẹ́ sọ? Ìtìsọ́jẹ́ dákẹ́ nìyẹn o. Mo dẹ̀ dákẹ́. Àwọn ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ sí pé kí n dá sí. Ṣé mo pé mo máa ń ṣe?
Me too, I knew.
Struggle for justice ni.
Somebody said something that's a fact, though. You say it's a trade on trade. I personally knew Oriyomi Hamzat's platform and the Agidigbo, whatever they call the radio station, because of Timothy's case. That's the honest truth. I'm being honest. And that don't to say, see, it's even rubbish for somebody to say you want to use somebody's case to trend. When I see people come in and write that nonsense, I just laugh. What do you think bloggers do? Bloggers talk about happenings and events. Waiting they happen, they analyze it, they talk about it. We just have some bloggers that have sense. We have the one that don't have sense. We have bloggers that see you can't give what you don't have. If you don't have joy, you can't give joy. If you don't have wisdom, you can't speak wisdom. So we have different kind of blogger. But bottom line is that blogger talks about matters arising, anything that comes to the public space. So it is stupidity for anybody to say one blogger is using case to trend. That's what they are supposed to do. When they talk about the one that he doesn't have views, do you go back and pay them for not getting views? No. They are the one that is bringing the information to you and you are consuming it. Blame yourself for going to their platform in the first place. So it's not about one blogger using any platform to whether the good or the bad one. They are supposed to talk about things that are good. That's what bloggers do. You understand? So even him saying that there's some people that are using the matter to trend is very wrong. He too, like that's why I pinned this comment. You too use somebody's matter to trend. But that's not a problem. They should use it to trend. That's what bloggers do. Hey, you people should leave this family alone. What's your own? Madness, ne? Tẹ́ ẹ bá gbé ayé ẹ wá sórí social media kò sẹ́ni tó máa dá sí. There is no perfect life. There is no perfect life anywhere. I repeat, there is no perfect life. Everybody has something that is dealing with. Èèwọ̀ tó bá gbé tiẹ̀ to deal with issue ẹ pẹ̀lú ara ẹ àbí to deal with your family. That is, nobody will shoot mad for you. But what about if you advocacy come up on social media to borrow ideas on social media? You cannot come and say, why are people talking about it? What's wrong with you? They can, that's what bloggers do. You get it?
Ìlànà tí mo fi ṣe àwọn èèyàn ò mọ̀ èmi kì í dá sí bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn ẹni tí ọ̀rọ̀ bá kàn yóò ní kí n dá sí yóò gbà mí kí n dá sí ní mi ò ṣe ní máa mú un tó wà lórí Facebook tó wà lórí TikTok tó wà lórí Instagram mọ́ra wọn kí n máa fi sọ̀rọ̀ èyí ó jẹ̀bi. Mo kọ́kọ́ calm down mo study ẹ̀ báwo ni kí ni wọ́n sọ mo rí pé wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ àwọn kan mo dẹ̀ rí pé àwọn tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ wọn ọ̀rọ̀ wọn ní ṣe pẹ̀lú drug lóòótọ́ mo dẹ̀ investigate mo rí pé àwọn kankan wà tí wọ́n sọ pa àwọn tó jòótọ́ ṣùgbọ́n àwọn tí ò jòótọ́ ni pé a lè sọ pé àwọn wọn pa lóòótọ́ ni wọ́n jọ ní àwọn kankan papọ̀ ṣùgbọ́n a lè sọ pé àwọn wọn pa. Mi ní kankan pẹ̀lú wọn. I did the little I could láti condemn drug láti condemn àwọn ìwà burúkú tí wọ́n hù sígbà tó wà láyé ṣé kó onímọ̀ ń bọ̀ ọkù díẹ̀ wọ́n hù sígbà tó wà láyé láti condemn ẹ̀. Mo dẹ̀ kúrò lórí ẹ̀ mo dẹ̀ dákẹ́ mo tún wọn tó ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ. But on the stage kan mo rí zeal the zealousness I'm not referring to seriousness the zeal táwọn kan fi gbé tó ṣe ń sọ tó ṣe ń ṣe
Alhaji be zealousness yẹn.
ọjọ́ ń gbọ́dọ̀ ju tí mo rò lọ. Débi náà máa wo fíìmù lọ́yẹ̀ ń wò báyìí kọ́ yẹ kí n act o.
I know.
Script yìí o. Mo sì ń wò.
Mi gbọ́dọ̀ sọ pé bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wọ́n don't play yín ni.
Ṣàdúrà
wọ́n máa ní village yín ni.
Ọlọ́run tó àṣírí àwọn tó pa o. Mo dẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní rí oríṣiríṣi nǹkan. Mo ń gbọ́ oríṣiríṣi nǹkan. Àbí tí mo bá dọ̀bà lórúkọ ní ẹ̀mọ́ èèyàn tó ti kú lẹ́tùkún lábẹ́rẹ́ láàrin ọjọ́ kan láàrin ọjọ́ méjì. Àwọn tó ń kú sí hospital tó ń gbàgbé toilet roll gbàgbé gangan gbàgbé bandage gbàgbé sísọ́ọ̀sì sínú. Mélòó la jà sí pé kí ló pa alágbájá ṣèjọba gan tiẹ̀ tá a máa investigate ikú tí ẹ̀ bá ti kú sí hospital wọ́n rà pọ̀ ẹ̀ wọ́n ní sọ́ọ̀rì wọ́n tún ní ẹ̀ máa wówó tí wọ́n fi gbòkú ẹ̀ káàkiri. Bóyá wọ́n pa ni bóyá mistake wọn ni most especially àwọn teaching hospitals. Àwọn tí wọ́n ti kú bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n pọ̀ lọ. But bọ́lọ́run ti fẹ́ ṣe ti Mohbad ló ṣe yìí. A sì bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní jà lọ́gbà rẹ̀. Ọ̀rọ̀ kan tí mo tún sọ nígbà yẹn ni pé mo róni tọ́mọ yẹn kọ. Mo feel bad. Ìgbà tí mo wo trend yẹn títí mo rí pé parental care, parental advice, parental monitoring ó ṣàkóbá Mohbad. Parental care, parental monitoring, parental care, and parental advice ó ṣàkóbá Mohbad. Ó ti lówó àwọn òbí ẹ̀ ti gbàgbé ẹ̀jẹ̀ ó ti lówó ó ti dọ̀gá kò sẹ́ni tó ń tọ́ sọ́nà lọ́tún ló sì mọ́. He's been carried away by the wealth. The family are just folding their hands the little they could. Pẹ̀lú irú àwọn tọ́mọ yẹn náà belong sí àwọn tó bá wà nírú ibẹ̀ yẹn sábà gbọ́ràn dáadáa mọ́ ṣé nígbà tí wọ́n bá ti fa nǹkan sórí ṣé ni wọ́n mọ̀ gbọ́ràn. Bàbá Mohbad ló pọ̀ wọ́n mọ̀ pé Mohbad mu drug àbí ìyá rẹ̀ ló pọ̀ wọ́n mọ̀ pé ó lo drug.
Alhaji, I love your courage. There is a narrative that all of us keep shying away from. You know, I said it in my last show. But there are some things. There's some things that they might not sound nice, but they are truths of the matter, and they are very important element of this matter. In the question, the golden question, what killed Mohbad? Do you notice I don't say who killed Mohbad? Because I, for a person, I don't think anybody killed him. I, for a person, in my own research, in my own studying the template of this matter, I don't think anybody killed him. Do I believe there are people who have contributed to his death? Yes. But what they call premeditated murder, I really don't see anybody in this. I personally believe that Mohbad died of underlying medical conditions that are born out of physical and mental stress. I believe that Mohbad definitely more if anything better, only high blood pressure. I believe that Mohbad clearly died of drug overdose. Now, that's why I said I believe that there are people who have contributed, who have become instrumental to his death, but they are not necessarily the killer. Samuel Aya and Naira Marley have frustrated the heck out of the life of this boy. One, Naira Marley have introduced him to a high level of drug use, and it's not just Naira Marley. We see other people. Everyone must know this thing. So the party not bad to justice for Zino. He has introduced him to a high level of drug and substance use and abuse. Not only that, they begin to humiliate him. They begin to humiliate him and stress his life, threaten him, and somebody who is already used to drug, once they are mentally stressed, they will begin to do more of it. So I believe that he begins to he begins to overdose use of drug. And the incident that led to his death was just an antidote. Somebody who has been on drugs. And clearly, and you know Nigeria, they don't go to hospital. With the level of what he has been going through, both home and outside, there is no way his blood pressure can be stable. So, going through all of that incident, his body could not just produce enough fiber that could sustain him. He died from the effect of what has been in his body. It will be unfair to prosecute people like a Prime Boy, Nurse in Concon. They are not the killer. What killed him has been in his body long ago. So I have ceased from saying who killed Mohbad. I always say what killed Mohbad. I love what Alhaji just said. How come all of us are shying away from that part to know that Mohbad was a crackhead, was a drug addict? Oh, because he's there, we don't want to say anything bad about it. You know, I told you on the last show that it doesn't sound nice, but clearly this boy was overdosing. Check any of his interview, and you see how he's jonesing. More now, boy, comes so wrong by any. Of course, Baba you they've been focused on things that are important. That's a lie. You see, there was all those narrative of a prime boy but a lie. I work in the FU for a couple of years now. If you see somebody, okay, let me ask you a question. Have you not seen people who are here and hardy? They go to work, they come back from work, they just slump in their own house. Nobody pushed them. They fall and die. Have you not seen people who are driving, coming back from work, driving in the traffic, and in that traffic put their head on the steering and died. So, prime boy, there was not a single scar on that boy's body. So, it's common sense now. We know that that cannot be what killed him. This year alone, in this Baltimore, Nigerian community, there are 3 people who have died mysteriously. Get home. Like, literally, I used to have a staff, one of my staff came to work. So I sent him and I had to designate him to go with another staff on a doctor's appointment with one of our clients. He went and came back. So when he came in the morning, one of the staff came to report him to me that, Mr. Victor, you know how Nigerians be doing them above each other. He now said I should go and smell him. And I have spent alcohol on this man. I didn't want to push you. So you're totally enough. So you know he's not sick. He went for doctor's appointment, he came back, he went home. In fact, that day he picked up overtime. They said he couldn't do it, he went home. By the next day, they said he's in the hospital. Kiloshe, they said the unit. He picked up another shift after finishing the shift in the office. He picked up another shift to work in one of our residents. And it was there that he slumped and he could not get up. They rushed him to the ER from there. So the next day they told me that one of my staff is in the hospital. I called, they said he's in coma. Coma ke? So I said, as Oga, let me finish the shift here. Once I close, I close at 3, 4 there, but sometimes work might be tedious and I might be at work till 7 o'clock. But my normal close on paper is 3 o'clock. So I will quickly close today. I will go and see him in the hospital. Incidentally, good enough for me. The hospital that he was admitted in is not far from my office. I closed from work. So by the time it was 3, I was summing up. It was around 3:30. Do you know that while I was just doing sum up, one of my staff called me, said, Mr. Victor Ibulewa. I said, I'm just about leaving the office. And they said, this man is dead. He died. He died. Cumulated stress kills faster than anything. Imagine this stress that this boy has went through. You only for what to do by. Go there straight. You come out and go the money. You may believe pay your but I when your country shy see don't contribute sí nǹkan tó wá kọ́lé àìsàn sí lára. And òun náà tó ti lo oríṣiríṣi fa oríṣiríṣi nǹkan tí ò dáa. But mo àlèvé máa judge òkú là ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ẹ̀. But the truth is it's an unfortunate incident. We can only pray that God rest his soul. We can only pray that God rest his soul. So when this man said it here, I said, oh, he has the boldness to say that. They said, Baba Mohbad àti ìyá Mohbad kò lè sọ pé òun mọ̀ pé ọmọ òun lo drug. Ó ní wọn lè sọ pé wọn mọ̀ náà.
Àwọn tó bá wà nírú bẹ́ẹ̀ ìsábà gbọ́ràn dáadáa mọ́ ṣé nígbà tí wọ́n bá ti fa nǹkan sórí ṣé ni wọ́n mọ̀ gbọ́ràn. Bàbá Mohbad ló pọ̀ wọn mọ̀ pé Mohbad mu drug àbí ìyá rẹ̀ ló pọ̀ wọn mọ̀ pé ó lo drug. Nígbà tó wà níbi tó wà. Èwo ló lè sọ pé má ṣe kìíní mọ́ tí wọ́n á sọ pé bóyá bẹ́ẹ̀ lówó ti ń wá. I keep quiet. I talk about that and I fold my hands. I better see zero. Prime suspect.
Of course.
I'm begging you. Anytime you issue pẹ̀lú àwọn Mohbad, ní ìmọ̀rúkọ ẹ̀. Please deal with your issue. Cut me out. Anytime you issue pẹ̀lú àwọn Mohbad, deal with her. count me out.
You see diplomacy.
Anytime news with Baba Mohbad, please deal with him, count me out. I don't have issue with any of his family.
Oh.
This drama, I am not interested. I am not interested. I do not see this as fighting for justice anymore.
At all, it's not.
I, Oriyomi Hamzat, I do not see this as struggling for justice for Mohbad anymore.
Sorry, sir. It has never been. It was a cry for justice. It was a movement for justice. Until somebody put himself at the centerpiece of the narrative. The victim that we were fighting for was Mohbad. Ilerioluwa, Imole, Aloba. We were not fighting for Joseph. How did Joseph become the victim? Now, Joseph making himself the victim and putting himself in this narrative is not the problem. But in their quest for their ulterior motive and their greed, you are now pointing finger. Sir, you said something now that you did not. Anybody that even said this is somebody who killed him, as at right now, the person is unfair, he doesn't fear God, and either you are ignorant or you are stupid. One of the two. Because nothing tenable can literally hold anybody. As bad as we see what Neramali and Samuel has done, they humiliated him. They can be charged for assault. They can be charged for bullying and all of that stuff. Not murder. We didn't see them kill him. Yes, Samuel can be charged for murder. You know why? There was a voice note where you say, "Want the basing all station settlement, no case to answer." So that's an intent. It looks as if you want him dead. So he can be brought in as a suspect. Yes, Samuel. But it's not all those people it's not tenable enough. So nobody can really point at anybody per se. So, but sir, Alhaji, how come that Baba Mohbad and his entourage and his ridiculous deviant speakers, how did they come about maligning Wunmi? How did they come about asking for DNA? How does DNA get to do with getting justice for Mohbad? They did not stop there. Did you know that they said that Wunmi stabbed Mohbad? Did this father not say that he saw scar on his body? Did this father not come on an interview and said he saw the boy was in a pool of blood? And then he did another interview and he said he saw blood stain. Why is the narrative changing? What are you trying to say? We want justice for Mohbad, but Baba Mohbad was pointing hands and making heinous allegations, grievous allegations against the wife. Why? Did you not hear Alhaji? Don't suppose you get your stab work or any. How did you not hear? How did you not hear? When they said Wunmi, no, not they, Baba Mohbad said Wunmi used to drug the husband and he will now get out of Malian house and go into somebody else in Malian house museum, get out of his husband's room and go to another person's room in Malian's house. And they are sleeping with her everywhere. Báwo ló ṣe ya olóṣó tó tẹ́ kí inú dé kan wọ́n wá ń lò into him one on one. No one add lobelo mason, add drug your way, on one basun, on one basun. Why did you not hear when Baba Mohbad said the reason that's why I hate her? Use an hate speech for your own daughter-in-law on a public space. On a public space. This is how we get to this messy stage. What part of this is justice for Mohbad? That's what Baba Mohbad said. It's nobody else that said it. He said it with his own mouth. How did you not hear the part when they said Wunmi has been working for Mohbad, for Naira Marley before? Pé Wunmi bá Naira Marley ta igbó ni. Pé Malian house ni Mohbad ti pàdé Wunmi. All sort of narrative just to show that this girl has an intent to kill the husband. How did you not hear that the same father who say is a Ìránṣẹ́ Ọlọ́run is the one who came and started using such vulgarity and such like to demean the wife? So the action is a natural law. Action began to be action. The action of Baba Mohbad is what triggered the reaction of some of us now saying, no, at the end of the day, we want justice for Mohbad, but Mohbad is dead. Don't kill Wunmi. Don't kill the son, Liam. What part of justice for Mohbad is out for them begin to water down the value of the marriage? Baba Mohbad could not even comfortably say they were legally married. They started spreading narrative. Your own blogger started spreading narrative. Kò fẹ́, kì í ṣe ìyàwó aṣẹ́wó ni. And you find you call your own wife Iya Mohbad a prostitute. How is it justice for Mohbad when Baba Mohbad said when they said they caught Iya Mohbad on bed with another man? That's why the man sent her packing. Unknowing to us that this same woman that you say you sent packing for fornication, you are sleeping with her now. Endora yin, udem buruko Iya Mohbad je, ashe endora yin. Which explain why the wife was angry with you. The son was angry with him too. As at Toku Yi, they are not close. Because you brought a woman to Mohbad's house to knack when you are knacking Mohbad's mother at the same time. This was what the boy frowned at. This was what the boy frowned at. This was what the wife frowned at. And from that moment, they draw a wall of attrition and belligerency. The same woman that you open your eyes, your bloggers are ridiculing. They call her a prostitute. They call her a useless mother that has never stood up for the mother. But show up. Àṣewà àti Ìyá Mohbad yìí lẹ́jọ́ lọ sí ìlú àwọn Naira Marley tẹ́ lọ bá yẹ sọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́ lọ bẹ̀yà ẹ̀. Àṣewà àti Ìyá Mohbad yìí lẹ́jọ́ lọ sí yẹn. Go and watch that video again. Ìyá Mohbad wà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ kan bẹ̀ báyìí tó wọ black and was sitting down there. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ń bà lórúkọ jẹ́, wọ́n dẹ̀ ń pè ní ìyá òfò, wọ́n ń pè láṣẹ́wó, olóòlé lọ torí pé ó bọ́kùnrin lórí ẹ̀ ni. Àṣẹ ń dóra yín. Who are you cheating on? Are you cheating on Iya Mohbad? Or are you cheating on stepmother? Or are you cheating on the side end that you took to Mohbad's house? You with your woman say the stepmother told Mohbad if he calling, won't go to the later and they don't so the grave of Mohbad. So Iya Mohbad is not good. You marry another one is not good. Then you now put another one in the house now. It's not good. Meanwhile, you have come back to Iya Mohbad 4. At the same time. And you love Mohbad. You are planning wedding with Iya Mohbad. Yet your bloggers are attacking her and calling her names. You are planning wedding. You are supposed to get married in October, do wedding with Iya Mohbad. And they are calling her a prostitute, a useless mother, and you are comfortable. How will you not be comfortable? If your blogger who have been sending you money are doing show, hundred light to attack your own son, they are now attacking another one. And you are comfortable. Come and shape fun adura. You are comfortable. I greet you, sir. I greet you. When has Wunmi declined DNA tests? When? When did Wunmi decline DNA tests? Why did it become an argument? You can see them still come here to comment. Is DNA test that we need? When did she ever decline it? If you want a DNA test done for your son, why can't that be a family affair? Why can't that be a family affair? Why can't you just call her respectfully, give her the dignity that human beings deserve, go to somewhere center and do a DNA test? Are you expecting her to fund DNA by herself? You are the one who questioned the paternity of your own grandchild. Did you speak with her in person? But because you are interested in social media fame, you want to be a celebrity at all costs. You so want to be a celebrity. This is why we are where we are. So Alhaji Oriyomi, I just say I should tell you the part that you don't know. So just in case you are confused, you are wondering why it's becoming a messy case. That's how we got here, sir. Thanks. That's how we got here. Does he not? No. How will you explain this? How? How do you explain this? Did you see the video? Did you see that bouncer? And one African TV. So African TV is spare by the contracts. See that part? Hey, bouncer. I'm not able. One moron was inboxing and saying, why do you think the bouncer is for Baba Mohbad? It might be for DSB. She was stupid in it. Lower. I'm a technical bouncer. Why does Baba Mohbad need bouncer? How did he come into the center of this agitation? You see the problem we have? This man has surrounded himself with shallow-minded people. I want to sing, I want to share, but one long talk about because he has made himself available for abuse. You can't blame him on the thing that he's doing, but you will still blame him. He made himself available for it. Tani were le. I will not do that. More guy, I don't know good lawyer. Indirectly want to take Baba Bubuaye. Tani Baba Abori eti duru ni. Abori Baba eti duru ni. Baba aye ẹ̀yin mélòó. People will just say Nigeria is a country that celebrates mediocrity. Tani were yi. Boy, I lay blame wọn. This man availed himself.
Tí wọ́n sọ wípé àwọn gbọ́dọ̀ rí pé kí n wá bá wọn yọjú sí Baba Mohbad. Gbogbo àwọn fans wa ní QH Radio ní Ghana wọ́n ní ìfẹ́ táwọn ní sí Baba Mohbad wọ́n ní kò kéré o. Wọ́n ní nítorí ìdílé àwọn gbọ́dọ̀ rán mi sí wọn kí n wá bá wọn pé the little support tí àwọn fans QH Radio lè ṣe wọ́n ní kí n wá hand over fún wọn. Adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ náà pé Ọlọ́run ṣọ́ wa dé Nàìjíríà láyọ̀ àtàlàáfíà. Mo dẹ̀ wà pẹ̀lú Baba Mohbad lásìkò yìí. Àdúrà kan lè ní máa ṣe fún wọn. Irú eléyìí tó ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí, Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ kán rírú ẹ̀.
The question is, àwọn wo ni fan èrò nuisance yìí? Àwọn wo ló ránṣẹ́? Àwọn wo ló ránṣẹ́? Báwo journalism máa ti di, ó máa ti jìyà o. Journalism máa ti jìyà o. Social media ò ní kúrẹ́ o. Ẹlòmíràn sọ pé ọmọ tó wọ́n bí o ẹni jùlọ wáyé ẹ̀mẹ́ta ló wáyé ṣùgbọ́n àdúrà mi ni pé ẹ̀ẹ̀mí bá wọn rírú ẹ̀ mọ́ ẹ bá ní kí gbogbo àwọn yẹn sà. Hold on. You see what it means, Jay? The truth is Baba Mohbad needs money. Everything he's doing is it means to cash out, yes. And Image, do you know that, to be honest, I understand him. And I know that he needs money. Honestly, he needs money. No, there is no sane person that will say him that doesn't know that he needs money. And I don't have a problem that he needs money. There's nothing wrong in needing money. There's nothing wrong in asking for help. It is the timing. It is how he's going about it. Ha! Everything Mohbad is trying to raise with tipa right now. Do you know he would have gotten it effortlessly? Nigerians, I've seen we go really poor Nigeria. But if there's anything I can tell you about Nigerians, that they have a charitable heart. To backfire by Lenny, this movement for justice went by, and he asked for help. One man help. Even come out for the one that I know, what they don't know what Mohbad because Mohbad you low Mohbad. Only we call on Beckham Museum, not just sign contract 75-25. Beckham Museum, Michael Jackson on the museum, Michael Jackson, Kuni Museum. We come plan, why don't want global Mohbad, why don't reach the contract, do not sign contracts. Wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe monument museum tí kò rò dù fáwọn wo láti máa wò abẹ́jíjọ́ ń sin pọ̀. Wọ́n ti wo museum Fẹlá tó máa sanwó wọlé, wọ́n máa sanwó wọlé, wọ́n náà máa sọ about. See, one of the problem is not only that he needs money, he has a very horrible appetite for fame. He has a horrible appetite for fame. And I will show you there. I will show you his appetite for fame here. Kò sẹ́ni tó máa blame ẹ̀ tí gbogbo kí ní ìbá lọ́gbọ́n tó wá àgbẹ̀. People will willingly help him. Everything is desperately looking for now. He will get it effortlessly. Effortlessly.
Tí àwọn fẹ́ fún Mohbad ní justice. Because ló gbé àwọn wọ̀nyí dìde. Èmi kan wá ń bá mi sọ̀rọ̀ náà pé ọmọ kan bí 1 million tó pé rẹ̀. Ni ohun tí mò ń rí. So wá rí ìwádìí sí lọ́n tó tọ́. Àwọn millions tó dárúkọ yẹn. Wọ́n dìde sí mi. Ó dìde sí ọjọ́ ìrètí mi. So mo lè mọ̀ pé it's beyond natural gbogbo àwọn tó ṣẹlẹ̀. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ nífẹ̀ẹ́. Justice for Mohbad. Mo sọ fún un pé ilé àtọ̀nà yóò ní dàrú. Àmín o. Mo bá ní àdúrà ayọ̀ náà lè máa fi gbà. Àmín. Tó gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ jẹ́ fáǹsì wa gangan ní lílùkù àti lẹ́yìn òdì. Ṣé rí mo fẹ́ ṣe kíní kan pẹ̀lú bàbá Mohbad? Mi ò ní ọ̀rọ̀ tó pọ̀ láti bí wọn mọ́. Ṣé mo kí wọ́n máa ń ṣàlàyé kíní kan fún gbogbo ẹ̀yin fáǹsì wa pé àwa ò kí ń torí pé a fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ tí a ti gbọ́ ká tó ṣe máa tún bí wọ́n ní ìbéèrè kan tó máa tún sọ. Kò ní ìdí kan tún ọ̀rọ̀ sọ fún wa mọ́ especially ìgbà tí mo rí pé brọ́dà mi Oríyọmí ó ti fọ̀rọ̀ wá wọn lẹ́nu wò so ìgbà tí Oríyọmí ti fọ̀rọ̀ wá wọn lẹ́nu wò yẹn kò ní ìdí pé kémi tún ṣe máa tún tẹ́ pẹpẹ àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ ṣùgbọ́n nǹkan tí mo kàn fẹ́ sọ fún gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọmọ Nàìjíríà especially gbogbo ẹ̀yin fáǹsì wa tẹ́ ẹ rán mi tẹ́ sọ pé nífẹ̀ẹ́ wa ní QH radio pé mo gbọ́dọ̀ bá ìlú sí Daddy Mohbad Daddy Mohbad kó tó di pé mo máa sọ kankan ẹ bá mi sọ fún gbogbo àwọn fáǹsì wa àwọn olólùfẹ́ wa ní QH radio ẹ kàn bá mi sọ fún wọn pé mo jíṣẹ́ fún yín o ìyẹn tó bá jẹ́ pé mo jíṣẹ́ ni o tó bá jẹ́ pé mo jíṣẹ́ ẹ bá mi sọ fún wọn pé ẹ ti rọ́wọ́ wọn o mo ti jíṣẹ́ fún yín o. ṣùgbọ́n mo ti fi àkókò yìí dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ gbogbo wọn pé wọ́n ṣe lágbára náà ayọ̀ ló ń kálukú máa fi náà mo fi ń rántí ọ̀rọ̀ tí ọmọ yẹn sọ wọ́n máa sọ pé ọmọ kan bí 100 ọmọ kan bí 1 million nígbà tí mi ò rí mọ̀ yìí tí mo wá rí àwọn millions èèyàn tí wọ́n respond gbogbo wọn kọ́ mi ló but ní ojú àwọn ènìyàn wọ́n rí ìmọ́lẹ̀ bí àti sọ́gbọ́dọ̀ jà fún mi tó bá lè zoom ọmọ yẹn padà mi ò kún ìyókù ṣẹlẹ̀ rí mi gan ò bó ṣẹlẹ̀ rí bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn kan sọ pé yẹn kú àwọn ti kú ṣáájú àwọn kan tó kú lẹ́yìn tó kú ṣùgbọ́n òkú ẹ̀ ṣe ìjà rẹ̀ yẹn láti ní ọmọ kan bí 1 million yẹn àwọn máa ní ìyẹn ní padà rí àwọn náà ló wà ní Ghana. bẹ́ẹ̀ni Ìbàdàn náà mo tó wà ní.
I want you to study his tone of voice and see how he's speaking like somebody who is tired and pitiful. And I want you to wait till the end of this video. Okay, why read the same? Okay, why compare mannerism here? You see the mind game is Sabi and die. Àwọn millions yẹn ló ṣe wá ń dìde. Àwọn náà dìde pé ojú òní tì. Ṣé wá rí àwọn fáǹsì wa ẹ mọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ social media ìjẹ́lẹ̀ orò jẹ́lẹ̀ egún eléyìí náà tí kò wá fún mi.
Gbogbo àwọn tó donate àrùn ní 1,000 àrùn ní 2,000 àrùn ní 5,000 ẹlòmíì lè rò pé kọ́ dé Hamzat tó náwó yẹn. Ìdí tí mo ṣe ní kẹ́ bá mi sọ fún ẹ pé tó support wọn donation wọn pé receive ẹ̀ wọ̀ kẹ́ẹ̀dẹ̀ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ pé ọdún ẹ̀jẹ̀ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ wọn lọ́sí.
ṣẹ́gbẹ́lẹ̀ náà ti wá ń tọwọ́ bọ̀ lọ fún un so tó bá tiẹ̀ tó wáyé pé 10 million náà dá tó jẹ́ pé 1.2 ló kó wá fún un bàbá tí ò ní sẹ́ǹsì yìí kò ní mọ̀ ọ́n you see how he is putting words in his mouth ẹ bá mi àwọn tó dáwọ́ àwọn tó ṣe kí ni ẹ bá mi dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ wọn you see how they are using him but you know why because greed di tòun náà ó jẹ́ kó máa make her vulnerable he avail himself to all these criminals wá láti Ghana as what who the fuck are you pardon my mannerism who the hell are you kí lọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ ṣe kó wá rí Ghana to come and do what wá kó wá fún wọn ṣe transfer láti Ghana mọ́ àbí like who are these people who are these people who are these people who are these people but because of his greed stay in one place, greed, all of these things that you are jumping around to get, it will come to you naturally. But because you have not prioritized, you are supposed to be money, calm down. People will help you regardless. Let us fight for the cause of this, the death of this boy first, you know. Now, one fully African TV, don't sign it, just sign contracts. You can do that to go away. Alhaji Oriyomi Hamzat. The only reason why teacher ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ láàrin African TV àti Baba Mohbad is his interview he did with Oriyomi Hamzat. That was what led to the fight. Now African TV is writing you and saying he's going to sue him to court because he's not supposed to grant the interview. It's part of their terms of contract that is no, you cannot grant an interview in any media house without consent. Calm down, calm down. Calm down. Don't let greed ruin you. You are not the victim. Mohbad is the victim. How are you putting yourself? Then to your bad no ka console me lomo lakeje. Mẹ́rin tó kù ara ẹ ló ń pọ̀. You keep pointing fingers at your ex-wife. You pointing fingers at the daughter. On what ground? They are not your enemy. Don't use the death of this boy to begin to fight common enemy. It doesn't make sense. Humanity first. There is no way. It's a natural law. But you're attacking me. There's no way. Oh, my trigger emotions. I'm going to kilo de. And that's what you are getting now. So anybody that is saying, why are they coming for this man? Yeah, why is he coming for somebody's daughter? You see the way he's talking with pity. And I would tell him I change you. One decision, but because his own greediness too. We are 10% in the echo. Because èèyàn tó ń ṣe fídíò tó ṣà ní òun ògbẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ kan òun tàbí olídìí tó ń kọ̀fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ kò ṣáà dúpẹ́ kò dẹ̀ sọ pé òun jíṣẹ́ kò go now. Ó mọ nǹkan tó ń ṣe. He's putting words in his mouth. They are using him. But we want word out here. No. Ó kàn jẹ́ kó máa lose guard.
Ní sọ̀rọ̀ púpọ̀, ọ̀nà reason méjì ló ń jẹ́ kí n sọ̀rọ̀ púpọ̀ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn. Alákọ̀ọ́kọ́ brọ́dà mi Oriyomi ó ti fọ̀rọ̀ wá wọn lẹ́nu wò. Ṣùgbọ́n torí ọ̀dẹ̀ ti fọ̀rọ̀ wá wọn lẹ́nu wò yẹn kò nídìí repetition. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ nǹkan tí Oriyomi Hamzat ti bí wọ́n lèmi náà tún ṣe ẹ̀tọ́ máa tún bí wọ́n. That is number one. Number two ni pé ọ̀rọ̀ tó bá ti wà nílé ẹjọ́ nípa ẹ̀mí yín ẹgbọ́n wọn làwọn kan fẹ́ pa yín lóòótọ́ à ń gbọ́ gbogbo àwọn nǹkan yẹn lóòótọ́ pé wọ́n ní wọn lè rìn fílẹ̀ o wọ́n ní kíní kan bọ́ tá a lè.
Irọ́ ilé emotional blackmail ta ló ráyè ti bàbá ta ló lé ẹ kiri ta ló lé ẹ kiri ẹ kó sì lọ.
Tí o bá farabalẹ̀ ó lè padà wá jẹ̀bi ọ̀rọ̀ tó bá ti wà nílé ẹjọ́ QH radio àkànṣe court àkànṣe ilé ẹjọ́ àkànṣe ibi tó ti ń parí ìjà fún yẹn oníròyìn làwa tó dẹ̀ jẹ́ pé wọ́n tẹ́fà tá a bá rí aláti translate fún àwọn èèyàn ṣùgbọ́n àmì parọ́ àdẹ̀ní sọ ìsọkúsọ. Ìdí nìyẹn tá a fi dúpẹ́ lọ gbogbo èèyàn tó jẹ́ pé ẹ dúró ti Mohbad látara dádì ẹ̀. Abẹ́rẹ́ sà ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ dúró ti Mohbad látara dádì ẹ̀ torí pèsè Mohbad lẹ́ni Mohbad ti lọ tán mo rántí statement kan ní voice note kan tó release ó ní tí ẹ bá pa pa mí lè pa gbogbo àwọn fámìlì mi èmi tiẹ̀ kọ́kọ́ rò pé àwọn mọ̀lẹ́bí yín nìkan ló sọ ni ó pẹ́ kí n tó mọ̀ pé àwọn tó jẹ́ fámìlì ẹ̀ gbogbo àgbáyé gan ni fámìlì ẹ̀.
ẹ ṣáà máa wo
ṣe mílíọ̀nù tó rí fà sí.
náà I'm ready to go adé ìdílé ìmọ̀gá máa pẹ́ tó ìbọn yọ̀rọ̀ mọ̀ sí wọn ní ti yàrá
àwa ò sọ pé ẹni báyìí ló pa Mohbad ṣùgbọ́n nǹkan tá a fẹ́ ni pé ìdájọ́ òdodo kò fojú hàn ó ti tán ṣé wá ní ìdájọ́ òdodo tá à ń béèrè yẹn kò ń ṣe pé nítorí Mohbad tó ti kú o ṣùgbọ́n nítorí àwọn tó bá jẹ́ àwọn aṣebi tó tún ṣẹ́kù kí wọ́n lè mọ̀ wípé kò sí nǹkan téèyàn máa ń ṣe tó máa ń ṣe gbé ọ̀tá fàsókè yìí dóborí kẹ́niyẹn rántí pé bí ọba yóò bá rí ọ̀run wò ó so bàbá Mohbad rèé sìn wọ́n dẹni tó jẹ́ pé lójoojúmọ́ thinking ìrònú.
unfortunately àwọn mímú tó máa ń jà tó máa ń sì fún àìwọ̀n ọ̀dún gbọ́ english àwọn ọ̀dún tí èjì àdá àdá lọ́nà wà fún àwọn ọjọ́.
ètò ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ sí wọn ṣe nǹkan tó jẹ́ pé.
thinking ọmọ olùsí ọmọ ọwọ́ inú Ìkẹjà inside ọmọ òwúrọ̀ ọmọ lóòtù gbogbo yìí kan máa ń sọ social media sọ bí doge èyí kan wà pàtàkì láì ṣe àgbà yìí thinking.
ẹ wá dàgbọ́n dájú Mohbad gbogbo àwọn tó bá jẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀sọ̀rọ̀ tí wọ́n fọ̀rọ̀ wáyé lẹ́nu wò mo rí pé brọ́dà mi Oríyọmí ó ti fọ̀rọ̀ wáyé lẹ́nu wò so ìdí
ẹ máa wo blackmail ẹ máa wo emotional blackmail.
àwọn questions tí mo fẹ́ bi yín tẹ́lẹ̀ but being a professional àti being a
professional ibo ló ti gbà ìyá journalism. Let me say something really quickly. Anybody you are here, you have a child that is planning to go to college. Tó bá lóun fẹ́ lọ ṣe mass communication and journalism. Please advise them and encourage them to do something else with their life. It is stupidity to do journalism now or to do mass com because you don't need to have college degree to do it and to be successful in it. So why will you waste 4 years of your life doing it? Let them study something that will make them a professional because everybody is a professional in journalism. It doesn't make sense. And I'm very serious about that. Counsel, I will never see any young person and I will advise them to go and do mass com or journalism. It's a waste of time. Social media has bastardized media. I will not want to continue to talk about him so that people don't say I'm nailing him every time. But Baba, you don't let me. I can take the time to go and cut all your videos where you talk and where you talk something else. Where you talk and where you talk. Or when you dora wọn rí, you read?
I want you to say no. Don't you try no more padà repeat. Kò lè sí ìyàtọ̀ ńbẹ̀. Ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́ sọ yìí ẹnìkan ti sọ rí. Ẹni yẹn wò yìí títí owó yìí títí.
Olùkọ́ ṣe ń tọ́ ọmọ bílẹ̀ yẹn. Ẹ̀wọ̀n ń tọ́ ọmọ bílẹ̀ yẹn.
Ó ní gbogbo àwọn àwọn interview tẹ̀ tiẹ̀ kọ́kọ́ gbà nígbà tọ́rọ̀ ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀. Ó lóun rí pé gbogbo àwọn interview tẹ̀ grant yẹn.
Ẹ̀wọ̀n bí wèrè ṣe ń tọ́ ọmọ bílẹ̀ yẹn.
Ọ̀rọ̀ ẹyọ kan tó jẹ́ Èkìtì tó bá yọ pọ̀ mọ́ Èkìtì. Okay, ẹ tó bá jọ ọmọ Èkìtì. Ìjọba máa fi sọ pé Èkìtì máa gidi inú agídí kan òótọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn làwọn máa ń dúró tì. Àwọn dàbí pé ó ní ìkọ̀wé lónìí. Òótọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ló máa ń.
What's the name of the person? Is somebody doing all this here? I'm not saying so.
Ọmọ Èkìtì ò kí ń parọ́.
Ọmọ Èkìtì ò ń parọ́. Mo rò bẹ́ẹ̀ sí wọn. Okay, so it is whether somebody can lie or not is determined by where it's coming from, abi. So don't make it kò lè parọ́. Everyone ṣe ń fúnra wọn lófo. Two people sitting down, 2 adults, just fooling each other. Abekiti that in my entire life since I was born and old, if I know the biggest liar that I know in my life is from Ekiti. Ẹni tó ti parọ́ tèmi rí jù tó ti parọ́ fún mi jù tí mo ti lè sọ pé ẹni yìí ń pa sobia nínú irọ́ ọmọ Èkìtì ni. Mo rò bórí yín gbálẹ̀.
Ìbàdàn náà kì í parọ́.
Àbí Ìbàdàn náà kì í parọ́. Èkó náà ń parọ́. Kò sẹ́ tó ń parọ́.
Mo dẹ̀ ṣe kíní kan ládùn àlẹ́. Kan. Ẹ̀ẹ́dùn ní gbòòrò rẹ̀ mọ̀ láyé tó sùn. Olúwa wá wọlá pé bá a ṣe fẹ́ dáadáa yẹn fún yín. Ẹ rí pé Accra ni mo ti fò wá sí.
I'm not joining you, but I'm just saying you can do something else. You can do it without studying, so why should you go to university for it?
Wọ́n sọ pé dandan.
You can do it as your passion, you can do it, but you don't need university to do it.
Àṣọ wọn pé.
Ibi tá lọ ládé.
Wọ́n sọ pé dandan.
Did you see the emotion he has been using to talk? I want you to study his emotion now. Irọ́ padà.
Lóòótọ́, anytime ni mo lè padà. But àwọn fans wa jẹ mí lógún gan. Wọ́n sọ pé dandan. Wọ́n ní ẹ fi àṣọ àwọn pé láì jìnnà tí gbogbo kéèsì bá ti wálẹ̀.
Just look at his face.
Mo promise pé máa yọjú sí i. Ẹ̀yin fans wa ṣe ẹni pé kò ní ìṣòro wà bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pé dádì Mohbad sọ pé àwọn promise yín o. Wọ́n ní nígbà tó jẹ́ pé ẹ̀yin náà nífẹ̀ẹ́ àwọn. Wọ́n ní lẹ́yìn tí kéèsì yẹn bá ti lọ́lẹ̀. Wọ́n ní káàdì tí àwọn ní QH radio. Ṣé ẹ mọ̀ pé àwọn àgbàlagbà máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ wọ́n ní tí awó bá kì fún ni àkìfà wò padà. Àwa ti wá gẹ́gẹ́ bí iṣẹ́ tí ẹ̀yin fans wa rán mi pé kí n wá jẹ́ fún dádì Mohbad. Mo ti jẹ́ iṣẹ́ yín fún wọn o. Mo ti hand over fún wọn o gẹ́gẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe rán mi. Wọ́n wá náà wá fẹ́ wá kí wa ní Ghana. Àwa náà dẹ̀ tó ń promise wọn
pé
in fact tìlù ti fọ́ láti kí ẹ káàbọ̀.
A celebrity in the making. Where did the emotion disappear to? It's so fun. Everything about it died down. Hey, no, look about shoulder up. Everything about it died down. I promise. Mama, you see one in Ghana. Baba to decide contract the economy. Baba plan tour. You know, African TV this way. Baba máa speaker kakiri will be speaking in conferences, talking against bullying. And they might call museum. So Baba ti plan tour. Wow. Sorry, Jerry. This show was for Alhaji Oriyomi. So, with this viewpoint of mine, I hope I've been able to convince and not to confuse you that this case has been messy and has become yam pepper scatter solely and single-handedly by no other person than the father of Mohbad, Mr. Joseph Aloba, who has stayed in the middle, coercing and liaising with different bloggers, instigating them to fight his own common enemy, bringing his family matter on social media, and pointing an attack, directing an intentional attack against the other parties that they are supposed to be together to fight for justice first before they now talk about their differences. They begin to fight and attack and maligning the ex-wife and the wife of his late son. This is the reason, and action begat reaction. They have done so much to these people that I begin to spell out an opposite reaction. Every action requires an opposite reaction. It's a natural law. So when people who are now saying, no, now, this is not fair. You lost a son. This girl lost a husband. Why are you attacking her? Why are you letting people... They are even attacking your own son because he did not go the way people want them to go. And he was comfortable and he was okay in it. We are collecting money from this, collecting money. So this is the reason why Mr. Oriyomi Hamzat, Emma Bino Poro Yen, you are born Kotobu at the and to our Mohbad at the African TV. Ọlọ́run á bá yín yanjú ẹ̀. Ọlọ́run á bá yín parí ìjà yín. Contract aburú tẹ́ ẹ sign. Ọmọ wọn tí ì sin ọmọ. Ọmọ sì wà mortuary. Ẹ ti sign contract loyalty ẹ̀. Ẹ ti ń plan ní museum. Ọlọ́run á bá yín yanjú ẹ̀. My name is Victor King. It's a privilege to be your host. It's a shame that we have to be going this route, but trust me, we will stand by the truth. We will stand in the way of truth without stepping on toes, without deflecting on humanity, without encroaching on the values and what makes us human. Because if we do not live in love, then the essence of our living is forfeited. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye.